on, dear Fahed, for taking the time to share your experiences about the academy, the online training, and the methodology, of course.
Thank you for having me and onboarding me into that platform.
My pleasure. And I think what's good to know is that in your case, right, we've also run the CX transformation program together called Unity. And the online training was part of that transformation program, right? It was not just standalone online training,
Correct.
just so people know. So I can also ask you some questions about your experience with actually, implementing the methodology.
Mm-hmm. That'll be exciting.
But question number one, what was the reason for you to say, hey, we need to do something with CX, we need to sort of elevate our knowledge?
Okay, so where we started was from our group CEO. He sort of came in with the approach of we want to infuse customer experience into our employees. And from then, we reached out to a few people across our organization and had them link to their connections, which is how we got this incredible connection with yourself. And from that, we sort of built together this whole unity journey across this transformation going today in Zain Group. One thing that was quite useful was, in fact, the platform, which is something that I am taking advantage of today. So, in alignment with these implementations, the platform sort of gives you the guidance and reassurance once you have questions about anything or people have questions for you.
Mm.
There's always a platform to fall back on, along with your AI, but we'll leave that for a separate discussion. Uh, but yeah, that I would say was how we are where we are today.
And are there any, because you are doing this with a team, right? So we tend to advise people to create sort of this task force. So I
Yeah,
think it's really valuable because you have different colleagues from different departments, right? Also
correct.
participating. Can you share a bit about, let's say, what kind of functions are part of that task force?
Sure. So when it comes to the task force in its entirety, we have people from the customer experience team, if there is a customer experience team, or if not, then we look at people from the channels and the journey teams, being mainly the commercial. And then we also have a couple of members from HR to ensure that we're sort of developing everything into our employees and not just purely into our customers' perspective. And of course, we need somebody from strategy. When we're trying to transform an organization, we want to make sure that the people who are as part of the task force are fully aware of what the circumstances of or the context, let's say, where we're running this transformation journey occurs. And building up on that, I guess, is when we were selecting people to go through this learning journey, we picked, let's say, three core elements. One is the person running the program, so be it the project manager or the PMO,
Yep.
a member from the HR, because you can't have transformation without transforming our employees and the workplace around them. And of course, the customer experience member or the service experience member, just to sort of ensure that they're fully aware of what we're running with them, be it the channel teams or the journey teams or any of the many elements that we're running.
Yeah, I think it's nice, right? I always tend to say you have operational CX and you have CX transformation, right?
Mhm.
So for transformation, we definitely need to link to all the other departments as well.
Exactly.
Going back to the methodology, right? Were there things where you felt like, hey, this really stood out to me? This was really valuable and new insight maybe as well?
Mhm. So um, I'll break that down into two sort of sides to the story. So when it comes to transformation, of course, one of the elements is the actual work that needs to happen when we're looking at the channel teams and journey teams, and that's one side of it. So with the channel teams, one thing that was revolutionary, let's say, when it comes to Zain specifically, is introducing people from various roles within the organization
Mm,
to improve on the channel.
yeah,
And that
yeah.
was the sort of key value that we've been finding from the task force perspectives as well as from the channel team's perspective. And the other side of it is the whole organization. So when we're running this transformation program and we just put in announcements here and there, but we don't engage with all our employees, we sort of lose a bit of credibility and a bit of buy-in to the program.
Mm,
What brings that back, or what we've been experiencing as maintaining that, is the tiny habits. So the
mm.
tiny habits reaches a large part of our organization and builds up that emotional, exciting element that perhaps is not as technical or as deep into the work as the other elements of the transformation program. So that's the balance of having both in this journey is what I've found to be a big advantage.
Yeah. it's a beautiful mix, right? Of making
Exactly.
it practical and creating a lot of fun and energy. And I think, the love between us also stems from our love of purpose, right? And I think you
Exactly.
definitely gave a beautiful way of, making that tangible, making it even that people really could feel, hey, it's not just the flavor of the month, right? We're actually serious about making this transformation.
Exactly.
Yeah. You probably have done some other types of trainings, right? Was there something in, let's say, the format as such that was valuable to you?
Actually, I really liked the ability to download all the documents
Mm.
separately.
Yeah,
Having
yeah.
it for quick access, be it I'm on a flight and I have no ability to watch the videos, but rather have access to the content itself, is very useful. And this might not apply too much to me because I was running the transformation program as I was learning, but having I don't want to say to-dos, but rather assignments that
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
get you to engage with the
Yeah.
content would be extremely useful.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, so it's just for people watching or listening. Each module of the training ends with a concrete assignment, and when you do all the assignments together, you're building your CX transformation plan.
Exactly.
Yeah. One final question, dear Fahed. If there is somebody watching this and thinks, not sure yet, what would you say to them?
If you're looking to transform your organization when it comes to customer experience, you shouldn't be hesitating. 100% this is a platform for you. Give it a try.
Thanks so much for doing this, Fahed. And
Thank you
yeah,
for
I
having
just
me.
love to see it's been an amazing journey together, but I also love to see how it's really being anchored now. You running the show and really making a difference within Zain. So taking my hat off to you.
Thank you, and it would not have been possible without you.
Shukran, and see you soon.
Thank you, Doctor.